Hey there, it's Kat and this is Brews and Reviews. So we're in a slightly different position today. I still have my coffee, as you can see. I'm going to put it down though because it's really hot and I'm probably going to drop it. I know that you guys comment quite frequently about me like sloshing my cup around, and yes, I do spill it all over myself sometimes, and let's not do that while I'm on the couch. Anyway, the reason that we're over here today is because I wanted to film like a reading vlog kind of thing, because I've been failing at the RYBSAT readathon, and I'm just like, just sit down, just read, and that's what I'm here to do. So for RYBSAT, I have been planning to read Magic Study and then go along my shelves. So it goes Poison Study, which I read last year, Magic Study, which is where I'm starting this one, Fire Study, and then there's a second trilogy which I could go for. Now, the readathon ends, like tomorrow is the last day of the readathon, so I don't think it's going to happen that I'm going to read all 5 of the books in this series that I've got left. It's just not. I mean, I can read quickly, but not that quickly, because I am a human. I don't know, I can't read that quickly. So my goal for this readathon is to finish Magic Study, of which I am about halfway through at this point in time. Then, if I can, read Fire Study as well. Now, because I'm a booktuber and apparently we can't read one book at a time, I'm also reading Proud Fox by J.P. Harker. I'm doing this as a buddy read with Kayla from Crack Into a Good Book. We have decided that we wanted to continue with this series, and I've got to read my pages for that today. So I think there's only about 41 pages, so I'm going to read that first, get this done so that I can have a conversation about that. And yeah, then we get to the RYBSAT reading. But anyway, you're just here for reading and chatting and being comfy by the bookshelves. I've got this candle going. It's a rainbow cookies Yankee candle, which I definitely wouldn't have bought for myself, but smells so good. I got this as a gift when I was leaving like the place that I used to work, and it's just so like cookies. Anyway, now I'm hungry, but we've got coffee, so we're fine. And if you're wondering what else I'm drinking, it's Pepsi Max, because I'm always drinking Pepsi Max. Anyway, enough of my rambling. I'm going to get to reading. So some time has passed. I drank my coffee. The room now smells of cookies. And I finished my pages for today of Proud Fox. And everybody's too happy and I don't trust it. If you've read this series, then you know never to trust the happiness, because it's all gonna just... bad things happen to some of the characters in these books and I don't trust it. But so far I'm really enjoying it. I'm really liking the main character of this book, because each of the books follows a different main character, whilst also like following similar ones as well. And yes, just some nice things have happened, some exciting things, some bantery things that I've been really enjoying, and yeah, I'm just enjoying reading it. So now that I have finished that book, I'm going to read Magic Study. I have about 200 pages left of this, so maybe I can finish it tonight. Honestly, I don't even know what time it is, and I'm way too lazy to just walk like the 4 steps across the room to pick up my phone and check what time it is. I say lazy, it's actually just because I've been working out and my thighs are in pain. Workout pains aren't the funnest thing, but you know, that's what happens. Anyway, I'm going to start reading and I will let you know how it's going. I realise I haven't actually said anything about this book, and I probably should do that. It's the second book in the Poison Study series, and it's going fine so far. It's a little bit magic school like, and I don't love a magic school. I really don't. It has all of like, it ticks all the boxes there, but it's also kind of a murder mystery. So I don't know. It's okay. It's easy reading. I think that is why I'm enjoying it at the moment, because I'm struggling a little bit with reading, and it's not particularly taxing for my brain. So yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't go into more depth in the magic school type area and it goes more down the murder mystery route, because that's way more interesting to me with all of my thrillers. What's that noisy car doing? What's that? What's that? Go away. Anyway, I'm gonna read. Check in with you in a bit. I just finished Magic Study by Maria V. Schneider, and I liked it. Maybe it's just I'm in the mood for like an easy... I was gonna say easy, it's like easy to read. It's not necessarily easy subject matter, because there's a lot of like death and torture and rape that is an undercurrent storyline in this. And everybody, again, in this book wants to kill Yelena. It's just a thing. Everyone's like, God, this girl, we need to kill her, or like torture her in some way, which is a little bit unrealistic. Having said that, I like the magic. I probably shouldn't, but I really like Yelena and Valak and their relationship, and I like Ari and Janko, and I was like, it was nice to have them in this book. Yeah, I enjoyed it. And that's pretty much that. I will say though as well, there's just one other thing that I didn't like. The brother, the storyline with him and his reactions to Yelena coming back was like, really though? And she forgives him so easily, and I'm like, but really though? Because no. I won't say any more because I don't want to necessarily spoil stuff, but yeah, he was a bit annoying, and I don't know why I like Valak and Yelena so much, but I do. I probably shouldn't. Has anyone else read these and has had this problem? I don't know. Anyway, it is past midnight and I'm not going to start the next book now. I will leave that till tomorrow. But technically I have finished a goal, because this is on my 2021 physical TBR, so that's another book down. And I think if I read Fire Study, then I've read the initial trilogy, because I think books 4, 5 and 6 are like a separate trilogy set in the same world, but I don't particularly know. Guess I'll find out. Well, no, not directly, because let's be real. If Yelena's story does end with Fire Study, then I'm probably not going to read on immediately. Anyway, I'm going to bed and we will pick up this vlog tomorrow. So it is day 2 of my RYBSAT vlogging, and yeah, I kind of failed at vlogging earlier today. I ended up watching an entire documentary about the Yorkshire Ripper on Netflix, because I don't know, that just happens sometimes, you end up binge watching stuff. And then I worked out and now I'm here. I'm in my pyjamas, because this is the pyjama edition of RYBSAT, so you know, we're getting all cozy. I have tea today instead of coffee because, I don't know, I just fancied a different taste, because I had some weird teriyaki noodles for dinner and I did not like them because there's too much cabbage and cabbage is gross. Anyway, that was a lot of information that you didn't need to know. So now we are here to do some more reading. I am going to explain what I'm going to be reading. Oh my god, that's so fucking hot. Yeah, lesson to self, don't touch hot tea. So anyway, I've been rambling. Let's talk about the books that I'm going to be reading. I have today's pages of Proud Fox by J.P. Harker. I think there is 37-ish pages from what I worked out, something like that. Very excited to continue with this. I'm super suspicious of how happy everyone is, and I just feel like shit's going to hit the fan soon. So we'll see if it hits the fan in these pages that I'm reading today. And when I finish that, I will be picking up Fire Study by Maria V. Schneider, because that is the next book in my bookshelves, and well, we're gonna see how far I can get through this, because There's like 6 hours left of the readathon. I'm not sure I can read this in that time. I have been a much slower reader than I was in the past. You used to be able to read like 100 pages per hour, and I was like storming it, but now that is not the case. So we'll see if I can actually finish this book in RYBSAT, and I'll be happy with the 2 books. And if I can do that, I'll be happy with it. So, oh! Did I mention I'm clumsy? Is it super, like, dangerous of me to have a candle and hot tea right there next to my elbow, which I could definitely knock over? Yes it is, but here we are, because I thought it was aesthetic a little bit aesthetic. Anyway, I'll just try and avoid being dangerous. Fire study, that's the thing I'm going to read when I've read these pages. So, yeah, I'll check in with you when I've read these. So I've just finished reading today's pages for Proud Fox, and it was so happy, and everyone was having such a nice time, and I'm like, I love seeing these characters be happy and enjoying themselves, and I'm like, it's all gonna hit the fan. And something happened at the end of the last chapter that we're reading today, and I'm like, it's coming, the badness, it's coming. So yes, I enjoyed that brief moment of happiness for the characters before they inevitably have some bad things that happen to them. Thanks, James. Thanks for that. No, it's really good, really enjoying it, and I am very intrigued about what has just happened and been hinted at. Well, I'm trying not to spoil anything. This is the 4th book in the series, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really good, and you should definitely read the series if you in any way like fantasy and with like a historical base. Excuse you, phone, I'm not talking to you. Anyway, I need to read Fire Study now, because there's only 440 pages of this book to read. That's not going to take me that long, is it? Is it? Yes. Have acquired a mischievous fellow who definitely doesn't want to be here, but decided he just wanted to go on the fireplace and knock things off like the little cat asshole he is. Mwah! Such a little asshole. Yes, you are. Yeah, it started snowing outside, and I don't want him to go outside while it's snowing because there's a big storm coming, so inside you are, and he hates it. So that's nice. Yes, you hate it, don't you? You just want to go outside and poop. But but you'll have to stay inside. I know how much you hate me. Go on. Love you. Yeah, no, he hates me. So, let's talk about what I've been reading. I am on page 122 of Fire Study, and, it's alright. It's pretty meh. Bit disappointed how much I ended up liking the last one. It does seem that I tend to like when Yelena and Valak are together and doing like assassin-y type things more than, I don't know, just wandering around, which seems to be the main thing that's happening at the moment. They're trying to find some guys, some evil guys, and they're just wandering around and they never seem to get any answers, and I feel like 122 pages is a fair way to be into it and to not have any answers at all. So yeah, Coops, I said you can't go outside. You can meow at me as many times as you like, but you can't go outside. Oh, he's being moody now. Yeah, so I would like more answers. There are a good 320 pages left of this. Just gotta keep reading, I suppose. So this is a long overdue update. I believe I checked in about 100-ish pages into this book. Well, now I've finished it. Yep. Technically it is 2 o'clock in the morning, and I did finish this after the readathon officially finished, but like, considering that I probably only read for about 2 days out of the entire time of the readathon, I'm counting it. It counts, it's fine in my imaginary head world. So what did I think of it? Well, okay, so the first 200 pages were kind of boring, which is weird to say considering that they contain a genocide, but it just kind of felt like the characters were going from one place to another and chasing after people but not really getting anywhere, and it was like blah blah, nothing really interesting that happened, and then it hit a turning point. It got more interesting, and I hate to say it got more interesting when Valak and her friends from Ixia came back into it. I almost feel like without them in it, it's kind of dull. Or that whole section could have been much shorter, or just, you know, more interesting. I don't know. There was something about it that just didn't have that connection. Perhaps it was the lack of banter that definitely came back into it when, like, Ari and Janko and Valak came back into it. But yeah, I liked how it ended. I liked the general story, and the last 200 pages were much better. It was just more interesting. Also, I feel like I haven't mentioned there's a whole like thing where she can communicate with her horse, and her horse is like a main character that talks a lot, and I don't know why, but I just really like it. Like I like animal connections with people, and I added something to the story because the horse is more intelligent than a lot of the people. So, you know, there's that. If you wanted to know what a horse was thinking, try these books, I guess. Anyway, as it is 2 o'clock, I should probably attempt to sleep at some point, because, you know, sleeping is good. Yeah, so I'm going to end this vlog here. If you like this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!